Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today I want to show you a bin that I've had going for a long time. I think this one's been going probably for around a year. It's really filled up, it's probably ready for a harvest, and the materials looks a little bit moist probably, or too moist really to go through the sorting machine, but we need to take a look at it and figure out what we can do to sort these materials. So I want to take you through the steps that I go through when I'm looking to sort a bin. So the first thing I'm going to look at is how much food is in there, and then we're going to look and see how the moisture content is and see what we need to add to get this back into a place where I can really run it through a sorting machine, or maybe I have to go and I have to do a half and half method where I move over to half of it to one side and I try to harvest it that way. So let's take a look at the bin and you can see where I'm coming from. And then eventually we're going to restart this one and get this going also through the same process as the other two bins that I have. But let's go and take a look. All right, as you can see here, this is one of my standard 10-gallon bins. Let's just pull off this lid here. Take a look. Oh, we've got a couple worms crawling on the top here. Looks pretty wet. I mean, you can tell here on the corner that it's pretty moist, so there's a lot of moisture in here, probably a little bit too much. Although the worms seem like they're happy. I do see, well, they disappeared now, but maybe there's one like right there. I see a couple of bugs crawling in there. Another one over in this corner over here that you really can't see. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. Yeah, that's a little better. There we go. So overall, looks like there's a good feeding on top here of banana. Let's just kind of move this out of the way. This is all food right here, so I'm just going to kind of scoop this over to one side. We're here. Oh, you can tell there's a massive amount of worms right here. Let's just dig under here and see how this looks. Look at this. You can see that this is a nice, healthy bin with the way these worms are working at this material. It's almost a worm ball here, actually. I mean, look at that. You can really see them in there. So I'm going to move these guys over to one side here on top of the food that they were eating. There's still some carrot left in here as well. And you can tell I was just top feeding this. I was just throwing food in the top because that was about all I had time to do with this one. This one wasn't one of the ones in my normal circulation. Well, let's just take a look through here. Lots of worms up here on top. There's probably well over 2 pounds of worms actually as I look through it. Let's just dig in here a little bit and take a look though. So this material doesn't look very broken down actually. It looks like there's still a lot of paper in here and different bedding materials. Let's just dig down a little deeper. Yeah, you can tell this is actually still a lot of this actually isn't nearly as thick as I thought it was. It looked thick from the top when I've been opening it, but this actually has a lot of bedding material. These are actually hardwood pellets that are in here. So this one might still be ready to be used actually. Maybe this isn't ready for harvest like I thought. So still a lot of material in here. Actually over in this corner right here, this looks like a mango seed. Can't really break it open. This is a mango seed that's in here. So this bin that needs, I think, actually some more food maybe. Maybe it needs a little bit of mixing here to get this also going in all directions. So let's just dig in this corner over here, take a look over here in this corner. Same thing, a little bit deeper as far as the where the bedding starts maybe. But there's still this, another mango here. Maybe I was throwing in some of my harder fruits in here and I didn't realize it. But this still has a lot of bedding material. So this is not ready to be harvested like I thought when I started my introduction here and I first looked at it. So here's paper over here. Let's just move all of this over. This bin has a lot of material in it. It probably should be split into two. It's a little bit too deep. I mean, it's a good 5 inches deep, which is a little deeper than I like to run my bins. They start to get compacted, and that's where you get this material that's not really being broken down in these. This is why I don't recommend really deep 18-gallon totes and recommend these 10 gallons because you really want the surface area and not the deep down. Okay, so here's an avocado shell right here that's not really breaking down, although I can crumble it apart in my hands pretty easily. So that is starting to break down. That just shows that what happens is if you have these stuff in there for a while in the bottom, it just gets, it doesn't get consumed. The worms won't work on it. It's too deep or too far away. So let's just dig a little bit more here. So yeah, there's way too much bedding material in here for this to be a system that needs to be redone. I think that this will actually have to go a little bit longer. A piece of plastic in here. Let me pull that out. Still not sure where those pieces of plastic are coming from. I'm guessing it's some sort of mail or something that I'm shredding and it's going in here. Let's just dig down in the center here and see how this center section looks. Oh, it's really, really bad in the center. Actually, there's another piece of plastic right there. Wow, that's a really thick one. Almost looks like a credit card or something like that. But yeah, this bin needs to go longer. So we might have to wait a little bit longer. I think it might need another feeding though, and maybe a little bit more mixing. I mean, there's just a ton of worms in here. They're just not working through the material. They're working at that food. So I think what needs to happen is there was still a lot of food in here. I think I just need to mix it in maybe a little bit better and put it under the surface. That way they have somewhere to go and dig. Now, this is the last corner. This is all really compacted, which is why I want to dig all this up too. So again, you can see the levels here. So they kind of went down about this far, and then they sort of stopped. And then that's where the bedding material is. There's something right there. I'm not sure what that is. That's I think a millipede right there. You know, they help break apart the food too. I'm not too worried about them, but looks like there's a couple young ones in there. This bin seems to have a little bit more, a few more bugs in it than some of my other bins normally. So again, lots of paper material in this corner, not quite as much in this corner. Oh, let's just see. Hold on here. Yeah, this one was pretty broken down, this corner, but right next to it though, I mean, you can just see it's a ton of hardwood pellets here. So this needs to be mixed up. And actually, this could have gone through the sorting machine with how dry it is. It was just the top that was kind of too put upon itself. So with moisture. So let's kind of mix this up a little bit. Let's get some air flowing through. Hopefully this might heat up a little bit now that I'm mixing it up, but hopefully this will get the worms working on some of this material in here a little bit better. And I'll have to add more food to this maybe in another week or two. I'll let them continue working at this stuff. There's plenty of food in here. There was a lot of banana materials on top here in the center as I just sort of threw them in there, as I probably did that during one of my desperation moments where I was like, I've got food I need to put somewhere. And it happens, or this bin is one of those ones that I just sort of throw stuff in. So overall, this bin still needs some work, and I think we're going to wait on it. So we're going to keep this and let this just keep going. And we'll maybe just continue to turn this one. I'm not going to label this one bin 3 yet. Let's see how it goes, and we'll see how it matures from there. But we'll keep monitoring it. We're going to call this one maybe closed, you know, because this is going to be a closed system soon, or a finished, or maybe finished. Finished would be a better name for a finished system, because this is going to be a done system once this material is composted. And then I think I'm going to empty this one out and maybe try something new once I have another bin going. So that's my update. I hope you enjoyed. If you have questions, please let me know. Again, this is not a system I've been taking the best care of. It was sort of in the bottom of all the other systems. I've been slowly cleaning out my basement area with all of the different systems that I have, trying to get them all on a schedule and trying to get them all fed and cleaned up. So this is one of the last ones that I've got here that really needs some work to it. So that's it for this update. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.